computers have come a long way since we released 2X, so we're really starting to push a little bit more. In 3.0, all the weapons have realistic ballistic simulation. Every single one of your rounds is affected by, gravity, and we've modeled it after real-world data. I'm not sure how many games, they may have ballistic simulations, but they may not be getting the data because they don't work for the Army.
So another new feature we're really excited about is the unlock system. Typically in A2, you've got a weapon based on your class role. Going forward in A3, you'll get your core weapon, but we also have a whole host of new weapons and equipment that you'll be unlocking through training. We're training you on the piece of equipment and weapon that you're actually getting.
We've upped the amount of modifications and customization you can do to your weapon. There are more weapon systems in the game to start with. In addition to that, there's several more mods. As you progress through the game, more options become available to you in terms of modifications.
Because the way we structured the game, the no respawn, the teamwork support, the communication, the planning tools, that it's really going to feel like it's a lot more mental, it's a lot more in your head and using tactics, and we think that players are really going to get that. We really feel like the community is going to kind of grab around this game and come together and start role-playing somewhat with their ranks in game, as long as their ranks in the forums and talking, and he's a staff sergeant, and I know what that means, and that means that he's got a lot of missions behind him and that he's really good at the game. And so we're excited about players coming together and achieving missions.
I think one of the greatest strengths America's Army has always had is that it's constantly being developed and changed. So even if you've played it and you've decided to move on to the myriad of other games in the market, you know that when you come back 4, 5, 6 months later, there's new content there. There's something new, and it's not a new SKU that you got to go to the store and buy and pick up. It's just something you click a button, or in this case, actually, it'll be automatically downloaded to you. So all you've got to do is launch it and go and see what we've added.
A mission controller is actually something we're really excited about. We can build really compelling environments and then just abstract the gameplay off and then substitute new gameplay on. So we could have one level that's an urban environment, and we could have, let's say, a VIP mission, and then the next round it could be a take and hold kind of capture point mission. The next round could be an assault and defend. The next round could be an extract and recover. So it's really kind of compelling and allows the gameplay to be very varied over the course of several rounds.
The radio menu, we're trying our best to really use it to its full potential. We hope to allow kind of small gestures in which people will have quick movements, and that way they won't have to memorize so many keys on the keyboard, however still be able to be very effective doing what they want to do with the game, and it'll be very visual and simple for them.
We are going to be continually updating America's Army, and the focus is on the secondary MOSs, or military occupational specialties. We're going to have secondary MOSs come on board soon after, where we're going to cover 68 Whiskey, which is the combat medic. We'll cover the combat engineer, cover the Raven operator. We're trying to capture various aspects of the Army that normally other games kind of maybe tangentially touch on, but they don't really make any efforts to capture what that MOS is.
The honor system is something that obviously most players are familiar with in AA2, and we've taken that and expanded that and made character advancement much deeper.
Army values are taught from the very beginning of basic training. They are the moral compass of a soldier.
Loyalty, duty, integrity, personal courage, selfless service, and respect, all of those have their own level of achievement within the game, and honor is how you live your life by those values. In the game, it's how you play by those values, so all scoring is tied to one of these Army values.
We want to get deeper into the real decisions that you make as a soldier, whether to take the chance of rescuing your comrade who's down and getting to him and giving him medical treatment is going to directly relate to how well you perform. We
also have features in place to impact the negative behavior and to keep the players who are not playing correctly and breaking the Army values to keep them in check and or out of the game if they're ruining the experience for others. So one of those is rules of engagement, obviously. We don't want you to shoot at friendlies or shoot at civilians or anything like that. If that happens, you will be penalized. And it's something that we think fans really respect and appreciate, because nobody wants a teammate coming in and as they call it, griefing, but ruining the gameplay for others. And so we've got a lot of features in place to help prevent that.
When you go through basic combat training, you're sort of put through a crucible, and when you come out the other end, you're a United States soldier. What we're trying to convey to people is the investment that those men and women put into that training and how they feel when they come out of it. So we're trying to convey that through these pride moments that sort of illustrate that moment.
America's Army 3 is going to bring new technology and new features to the gaming community. Using the Epic Unreal 3 engine has, just increased the experience. It's really helped with the realism of the lighting, coupled with everything else that we've learned from AE2. It's going to be a great game.
I want people who play the game not only to enjoy it because, hey, it's a free game, it's on par with other top-notch games, but it brings something to them that they don't get anywhere else.
America's Army 3 is going to be one of the most accurate,
the most authentic.
The Army is going to bring it to you real.
America's Army 3 is going to be awesome.
It is the closest thing you're going to get to the Army unless you join.
I want 110%. Go, go, go!